I'm eating a shit ton of ice cream because I need it.
Aren't you lactose intolerant? I'm remembering if you said that or not. I'm wondering if I'm remembering falsely.
I thought I was. I just ate a lot of ice cream one time, and it was like messed me up for a couple weeks. I like ice cream a lot, so. But I talked to my doctor about it. He's like, you should probably like take some probiotics and fix your stomach because that shit's messed up.
All that ice cream and walk, I think no good now. Right through you.
Straight down the toilet.
Oh, jeez.
Ben's like, oh man, stomach, it just doesn't feel good. Oh, wait,
Which is pretty much the sound we universally make when one of those Hanzo dragons goes by.
No. So yes, episode 20.
Episode 24 of the Hardcore Casuals podcast.
Welcome, everybody.
Let's just get started then, shall we?
Yeah.
You should.
My phone died, so I won't have my soundboard. But I have my trusty keyboard.
I got you covered.
Oh. Well.
You know, funsies.
Anyway, now playing. Y'all making me go first? Is that what's happening right now?
I mean,
go for it. I mean, yeah. Go anyway.
Yeah.
I think we're trying to do that whole like, if we have common games, we can all talk about them at the beginning, right?
Or at
Which is
the
easy
end.
for me.
Are we doing it at the beginning or the end? Because that
can,
changes. That changes.
At the beginning, because then that way the person that's going doesn't have to feel pressured to like, you know.
All right, so I guess we should cat out of the bag and lots of Overwatch.
Lots of Overwatch.
God. All of the Overwatch.
Just ice from above.
Yes.
It's high noon.
Just pulling out and spraying justice on everybody from above. Right? Am I right, guys? Yeah.
I don't really feel like I should. I don't know. I'm not comfortable with this.
So if you guys had to pick one hero as your favorite, what would it be?
Oh, God.
One hero.
Only one. There can only be one.
But if I say it, I'm going to be so stereotypical.
Okay, two.
Is it because you're a trash healer main? Is that why? No.
It's not. I mean, you know, if you make sure that you don't say Mario, it'll be okay. I mean, if you don't say Mercy, it'll be all right. Everybody will. I mean, never mind.
God damn it. Well, I'll just be over here. I don't have any favorite heroes.
Be over here doing things with stuff.
Yeah.
Well, so is that your favorite hero, Jen? Are you gonna break it down for us? And,
all right.
And
if I
ruin
can
all our spoilers, or
if I can pick two, then I can do that and not sound quite like.
There you go. All right, two.
I seem to gravitate towards Moira and Mercy.
Shocking.
By gravitate, I mean gravitate off the side of the map with Tracer.
What does L1 do? Oh, I'm Tracer. Oh, I'm dead.
Shut up. I never played her before. What does this button do?
Don't worry, love. The cavalry's
The cavalry is dead. That's what's up.
Well, those are the two big healers, right? Or is there someone else that heals better than Moira?
Better isn't really different. There's different. Better isn't really
Gotcha.
a thing.
Right on. What about you, Joshua?
Do I get one or do I get to pick two?
Oh, you get two now, man.
All right, if I get two now, I started originally playing a lot with Soldier 76, and I still kind of like them. But if I had to pick two people that I get the most kicks out of, mEh3 is pretty fun.
Oh,
I do a good lot of Diva play, so I would have to agree with that. Diva's definitely up there. Probably her or mEh3. You know.
right on.
I've been trying to switch up and play a bunch of different characters, but if I have to drop back into somebody who feels comfortable to play a match, it's probably one of those two.
Nice.
So, personal preference.
What about you?
How about you, Ben?
Oh, me.
Yes.
I think, well, Symmetra's my favorite, but I'm also really liking Mei a lot. Those two are the ones that I gravitate towards.
Yeah,
Such horrible backstory. I feel bad for her.
I know.
You know,
Well, I don't know
then
about
she's such
Symmetra, but Mei that was heartbreaking.
yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't looked into Symmetra yet. I need to read up on that and see what her story is.
Yeah, we got actually, Jen, your favorite character. You were lying. Your favorite character is Delore.
Shut up.
It's the YouTube playlist.
Yes. We've been playing Overwatch for 3 weeks, but now Jen knows everything.
I'm pretty sure she's logged more hours on the lore than she has in the game.
It's so bad. I don't
She's
know
our historian.
what has happened. Ben pops up in the chat the other day. He's like, he asked a question about something, and I just like rattled off all this. Like, well, this is where, and blah, 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 and these characters, and this is how. I'm like, and then I looked at it and I went, oh my god, I have become that person.
In the beginning, there was heaven and earth. And then Hanzo appeared.
And lo, a great cry of Yogo Wagateki Wakoro rang out from the heavens. And 2 red dragons did appear.
Oh.
Anyway.
Yes.
Ben, did you...
Yeah, you got to
let's do
giggle
it
into the
both
point
of
where you're
yours.
just losing it now, so we're on point. Here we go.
What?
They're getting to the point where you're laughing without even being able to get words out, so
Shut up.
we're in a good spot now.
You guys are mean. Mean to me.
So, what other common games do we have? Dan, we don't care about your character assignment.
Yeah, that's
I was
okay.
going to say, like, could we maybe let Dan answer the question?
It's okay because I'm like super indecisive lately. Anyway, like I can't pick 2, if even 5 characters that I love as my favorites. So, I'm playing Brigitte a lot.
Well, I was going to say, man, you've been killing it with her lately.
Well,
and,
that's the thing.
Torbjorn's your guy.
Yeah,
Your
on
fallback.
defense, and like today, I was having a crap ton of fun playing Reinhardt, who I never really touched before. It's like I've got a flavor of the day at this rate. So I'm having fun experimenting with everything before I kind of really settle down on one.
Well, that's true. Yeah, it seems like every week it's different, and that's the nice thing about this game.
Yeah,
there's no right answer. There's no, even if you played tanks before or whatever, heals before, and in an RPG, that it's just every character is available to you, and it's simple, but also, complicated if you want it to be. Or not complicated, but complex.
Yeah, I think we started at a good time because we've got, new season. Well, this season is ending in a week. So I'm guessing like they're doing all the new meta changes, like the Symmetra rework and all that stuff is coming soon. So we've got, I think we kind of started at a good time that we're just getting familiar, and then we'll see where we fall into place for a new season.
So when a new season starts, do we have to do those 10 placement matches again?
I think so.
I think so, but I'm not sure. I don't know if it just resets to something or what. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah,
I'd like a redo.
What did you place at?
It was something low, like 1/6 something. It was silver though, which I was happy it wasn't bronze. I think you guys were in the high 1900s, right?
No.
I was like 1970 something, but I've dropped down since then.
Was it 1920 something, and then got up to 1959, and then it's been a downward spiral since that point. So
the problem is
what about
that
you, Jen?
we didn't play all together.
Yeah,
as a group. I think if we were all together as a group, we probably would have mop the floor with some of those teams, but like we had people who were just, I'm going to be Hanzo and stand right out here on top of the payload in the middle of everything and let everybody shoot me and die immediately.
Oh yeah. And I mean, communication is like maybe the most important thing in this game. And not being able to communicate with more than like 3 people is, I think, it's game over.
Communication is a close second to team makeup.
Mm. You know? Oh yeah, no, there's absolutely, that's a factor. Yeah.
You know, but I definitely think if it's behind, it's not behind by far.
Because, they're both important.
Yeah. All good eat.
Well, I think that's our common game.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really done talking about it, so.
Sorry. No, I didn't mean like talk some more. I knew that you wanted to get into other stuff. I love talking about Overwatch.
I know. I mean, I don't want to spend forever on it or anything. I kind
of want to play it right now, actually.
I know, right? But it's like down
maintenance.
For maintenance and stuff.
We were playing just before recording.
I tried to hop online and missed it by 10 minutes, and I couldn't get in.
When are they done? When is it?
Like 1 o'clock this morning or something. Tomorrow morning.
No.
Whatever.
So Jen and I will have to play our fill-in game.
Yep.
Rocket League.
Rocket League or Fortnite. One or the other. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to kind of follow up with something similar to what Dan said with the experimenting with different characters thing, because last night we did death matches. Was it death matches? No, it was elimination. It was elimination.
Yeah.
And that's where I just decided to like go a little
off the cliff.
Yeah, I just decided to go a little off the cliff, pretty much. And I tried out, Reinhardt and Reaper and Tracer with varying degrees of success.
Jen was like that person that just said screw it to her diet. This cake and that cake and this other cake too.
These are all different flavors of cake. I don't know. I didn't do very well with Reinhardt. Charging into walls and missing things with my axe that is the size of a truck.
Oh, is it an axe? I thought it was a hammer.
It's one or the other. Depends on the skin.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's racist. It depends on your skin.
It's probably a hammer. In my head.
Don't entertain him.
Just don't. But yeah, Tracer was the worst that
I walked the most entertaining one.
I walked out the door and I'm like, okay, I've never played this before. Okay, this is my button that blinks forward. That's fine. And I'm like, well, what does L2 do? And I hit it, and apparently it blinks you backwards. And I blinked backwards off the edge of the map immediately.
Well, it blinks you in whatever position the joystick's at.
But I was walking forward.
Well, no, if you're... One of them is a blink, whatever direction the joystick's going. The other is a rewind. So
it wasn't the rewind. It was literally I pressed L2 and I blinked backwards off the cliff.
Oh, so maybe L2 is just back like a fallback by default.
Yeah, maybe they do blink you in the 2 different directions. I don't know. I know that's what happened to me. So
duly noted.
That is what I know. I'm by no means Tracer experienced.
Clearly.
Obviously. She seems like she would be fun to play, but yeah, my life has been pretty much an endless stream of Overwatch videos now for the past several days. So it's a good game, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And it's nice to have a game that's legitimately PvP that I feel like I actually contribute something to. Because most of the time I just feel like I'm that comic relief character who runs out and dies. I got this, guys!
Derpy, please. Derpy,
yeah.
please.
Derpy, please. So anyway, I'm done talking now.
Derp.
Since apparently nobody else wants to continue talking about Overwatch, I'm done. I
do. I really want to get us all in there in one big group and be able to play the the pirate ship strat, just because it sounds fun to me.
We did that tonight, and you missed it.
Yeah.
And it worked out really well.
What's the pirate ship strat?
Where you use Orisa on the front of the payload with Bastion on the back, acting as a ship cannon and getting amped by Mercy.
Oh shit!
So it's dumb.
Oh man,
so much damage, and yeah, if you got a Reinhardt trying to help shield too on top of it, just to give a little more durability, it's yeah.
You could literally put one of the shields on the front, one of the shields on the back, and just cruise.
Oh my god!
Bastion your way to oblivion. So
did it work? Did you guys do it?
Oh yeah.
On certain groups, yeah, some know how to counter, but if they don't, they just get destroyed.
What is the counter for that then?
I want to say good flankers and a good sniper.
Mm.
Yeah, they tried a little bit, but mostly they just ran up to the payload and
fell down.
I kept my Mercy heal beam going.
Oh right, you can just switch between the amp up or the heal. That's wow, yeah. I kept my Zenyatta with that orb. Boom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was the thing. Like, thank Overwatch. Thank the Lords of Overwatch for that free weekend and Best Buy having it on sale as well.
Yeah. I'm a new believer in the free weekend thing.
And Sensei Dan for further pushing us into, you guys need to play this.
Yeah.
Because if that wasn't the case, I would have been like, meh.
Yeah, I think the free weekend is what we needed because we were all just kind of like, whatever. And it was it's kind of expensive to buy the game just at normal price. And it was on sale on the PlayStation Network that weekend too for the anniversary, but Best Buy had the deal.
Yep. The same up here. It was under $30, whereas usually it's still like I think $50 on a regular sale. If not, it's full price at $80. So yeah, I was glad I snatched it up. I was hesitant because I had it on PC already, but I had kind of ran out of friends to play it with, so I kind of drifted away within the first couple months of launch. But I had a feeling that good sale came up that it might be a contender for us.
Does Gary have it on the PS4? Or was
he's got it on PC because I was playing it with him, and then we both kind of drifted away from it. Yeah,
that's right. Who did he like to play as?
I don't remember. I mean, it's been almost 2 years. I'd have to ask him.
Right
I think he played McCree for a bit, but I wouldn't quote me.
Oddly enough, I think McCree definitely sounds like a Gary character.
I was going to say when you said that, I was like,
it's high noon.
Maybe
Southern, he's from Texas.
Maybe if McCree lived near like a Dairy Queen or Sonic or something like that.
Oh yeah, it was always Sonic that they were.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. We heart you, Gary.
No.
If you're listening to this. Oh my gosh. Well, anything else on Overwatch?
Going once.
I feel we'll be talking about it every episode for the next little while.
It's gonna be
it's gonna be a long-term one.
I haven't managed to burn myself out yet. There's a lot of lore to learn, you guys. There's so much. Surprising amount of
videos. So many ragtag videos.
Yes.
For Jen to learn.
Oh my god. And he's Scottish. It makes me happy. Maybe that's why I like it so much. I just watch his coaching videos and they're like, Scottish, this angry, swearing, whiskey-drinking Scottish man.
Wait, is that the ragtag guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he does lore videos?
No, he does the coaching.
Oh, okay. So who do you watch for the lore stuff? Is there like a My Name is Life kind
I
of guy?
haven't found... There's a channel called, I think, TGN that does they do a little bit of the lore type stuff, but mostly with those, it's just the animated shorts and then reading the wiki pages for the lore stuff. Because, like, Bife, if Bife would just get into Overwatch, that would make my life so much easier.
He's been making Destiny 2 stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, is this person really dead? Ooh, what are they going to do with this? Ooh.
Yeah, he's actually excited about the new expansion. Or at least cautiously excited. Something.
Yeah, not me. Bungie just confirmed that, Cade dies in that trailer. So I'm like, well, that was one of the only characters I really liked, so...
No, but I thought that they just said that there was they didn't actually kill him, though. He's going to come back.
I just saw something confirming that he's actually dead.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't click it, but I saw that headline go by.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
If you kind of sit and think about it, I mean, there's the whole, there's the whole, Banshee thing, where there's, been that many re-instances of Banshee. So you kind of wonder if there's a situation where they're going to, be able to kind of bring him back in another Cade body.
Yeah. Possibly.
Kind of have the feeling.
But how many more DLC are we gonna have to pay to get to see that? I went there. Hashtag
all
Destiny.
the DLCs.
Yeah. But enough about Destiny.
Are we playing anything else mutual at this point? I mean, other than the usual Fortnite Rocket League suspects.
No, I was on vacation last week, so it's been Overwatch since I got back. That's about it for me.
Have there been any big releases recently? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so.
No.
Just the E3 announcements, but I've been playing Overwatch.
It's pretty much been Overwatch here for that most part. I mean, usually whenever the rest of the party dies down and we don't have, 4 or 5 for Overwatch, we've just been kind of dying down to play a couple rounds of Rocket League and then cash it in for the night. So that's been kind of the norm. Mm-hmm. They're doing a summer event, so kind of the Easter one where you can collect some seashells and things like that from each match that you play, and then cash them in for gear or decryptor keys or things like that.
We need to do that after the show so I can get some more seashells.
That sounds so badass, guys. So cool.
They did actually come up with an announcement earlier that I know our friend Jake is all about. The
pass.
Rocket Pass.
Rocket Pass? Which is basically the exact same thing as the Fortnite Battle Pass. Not even basically, it is the same thing as the Fortnite Battle Pass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Minus the achievements. They don't give you specific goals. You just have to win.
I don't think I've ever heard of the Battle Pass. What is that exactly?
So, Fortnite's Battle Pass is every time that you level up, they give you more stuff. You get a Battle Pass, it's the first 25 levels worth of levels or level ups, which is a lot of stuff like little emotes and things like that, and sprays and loading screens and things, etc. And usually you get an outfit or two you can put your character in. And then from there, if you have the Battle Pass, every level that you go up, there's some form of reward. But if you don't do that, you can still play the game, and every 8 or 10 levels that you go up, you'll get a reward. But you just quadruple the amount of rewards that you can get by having the Battle Pass.
So it's the same thing. Good alternative to paying with V-Bucks then.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's real money then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Rocket League thing is they're still going to be able to give out rewards kind of at the clip they're giving them right now. But if you're in so they have 2 different passes. One of them's a regular pass, one's a Premier Pass. And the Premier Pass is supposed to be the higher level gear, other pro tier level items that you usually couldn't get from just playing, stuff you'd have to buy or, go through and play up through the silver, gold, platinum, diamond, whatever levels to get yourself up there and get those rewards from the season pass endings. So it's going to be stuff like that you can get more frequently. So at least that's all I read today.
Right on.
So excite.
It's pretty exciting for that community. I think it's the first time they're doing something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know it's not Dan's cup of tea because he tried to play with us once and was just like, nope.
Well, I don't hate it. It's I don't know. It's just like there's other stuff that we're playing as a group that it clicks more with me. That's it. Like I don't have anything.
This is a safe space. I mean, you can just say that you're not good at it, and that's why you don't worry about it. It's cool, man. It's cool.
We all know that's the only reason why people don't like games is because they're not good at them.
I think I'd click. It's the building part that I don't dig all that much about it, but we'll see. Like with the Royale mode coming in pretty much every game, including FIFA 2019, apparently. Like I think all
balls at each other.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll see. Like Battlefield 5, which we've all pre-ordered. I'll try that mode out. It's just not my thing so far.
Oh, no, we're talking about Rocket League.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything. I was like, we
were saying Battle Pass. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh no, yeah, we were talking about how the Battle Pass is similar to the Rocket Pass.
Oh, okay, that's why I got lost. Sorry, I kind of spaced out on it.
Dan, stop playing whatever game you're playing and listen to what's going on.
I'm not playing anything. My fucking power supply died on my PC. I got no video card. I can't play shit. I'm just spacing out here.
Stop yelling at me, Esther.
I don't.
God.
Oh, that's funny.
Couldn't resist.
That's okay. I totally deserve it.
You one-trick Hanzo main.
But no, we're talking about the Rocket League.
No,
you
Rocket
play with
League
us once.
sucks. No.
Yeah, see, there it is.
No character development or anything in there.
Yeah, all your goddamn moves right at the start of the game, man.
There's no character development.
No, Rocket League, I've never been a sports game person. That's all it is.
Never been much on the soccer, but this is like the one form of soccer I can put up with.
I mean, you guys know how I feel about Sporty Ball, right? So the fact that I play Rocket League is probably some sort of miracle or something.
You bought NHL.
Yes.
Wait, that deserves something.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, that was all peer pressure. Nothing more. All right. What other games?
Talk about Octopath, right?
Yeah. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Well, I guess we should say, do we have any other together games? Which I don't think we do.
I don't think we do.
No? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
We already said that, Josh.
Yeah?
We weren't talking about that anymore.
Stop yelling at me, Dan.
If anybody wondered, this has pretty much been the mood in the chat for the past 3 days.
6 months?
Is it 6 months?
Yeah,
ever? Always?
For the past forever.
This is what keeps us healthy, guys. So,
it is.
It's not, if it ain't broke.
It's not nearly as dysfunctional as it sounds.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so it's pretty dysfunctional.
Actually, more dysfunctional.
But it worked.
But we're down.
Oh, God. All right, so Octopath?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For those who've been keeping score at home, Octopath Traveler is an RPG that's coming out for the Switch this summer. And it dropped as part of the E3 announcements. They dropped a demo for it on the 15th. Yeah, the 15th of June. And I downloaded it.
And Dan wants to buy a Switch for it.
It's a very pretty game. I think that the issues, and I don't even want to call them issues, my problem with the demo is, I think it's because it's the demo. Once it's the real game, I think it'll be better. Or at least I'm hoping it'll be better.
What's better? Oh, sorry, I thought you just said it. Sorry.
Oh, Ben. Try to keep up, dear.
I know, my bad.
On a scale of 0 to No Man's Sky, where are you with
That's
a tough scale. That's like saying from 0 to 1.
That's like saying from 0 to 0. Or
on a scale of 0 to 0.1.
That's fair. That's a fair scale.
Oh, man. I like it. It's very pretty. It's got that Super Nintendo. If Super Nintendo was just a tiny bit more graphically advanced, this is what it would look like. So it's really got that feel to it of like the old, Final Fantasy VI type of mood. And
keep talking, Jen. Keep talking.
I really
Please
like
keep
that.
Talking. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Wow, I'm really creeped out now. Okay, somebody get Dan some tissues, maybe a wet nap.
Spanker Chief.
I don't know how this stuff works for you guys. You just handle that, and I'll be over here. But Jesus Christ, I'm never going to get this out. I'm never going to get this conversation out if you guys don't let me do this.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
Oh my goodness me.
I'm sorry, continue, Jen, as you were saying.
All right. So, it lets you pick from the 8 characters that all have their own story. So I don't know yet if it lets you play, because it gives you like a 3-hour time limit. And I don't know if it lets you do 3 hours on each character, or if it's 3 hours and then you're done. But I chose Primrose. She's the dancer. And I think that
Not the cleric? Oh, wow.
No, it was a tough choice. I almost went with the cleric.
I'm sure it was, yeah. I like the cleric, the look of I like the look of Primrose, but I figured you'd go with the cleric.
I almost did. Like I said, it was 50-50. I had to flip a coin. I looked at all of the characters. I was like, I don't want any of these dudes. We're putting the dudes to the side. I don't care about shoulders right now. It came down to, it was actually, the hunter was a tough choice too, because I was like, oh, she looks cool.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot.
The girl with the bow and the fuzzy leg warmers. I was like, I need that girl in my life. But I went with Primrose, and I feel like if it wasn't a demo, I would have less of a problem with the fact that it's all exposition. It is all story and talking and all of the, like, that's, and the, like, I'm in the first, like, after you leave the town, there's a little section of, like, you go through the sewer to get out kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And there's battles in there. And I feel like the battles take a long time. And I don't know if maybe I'm just not doing it right. But it feels kind of slowly paced to me. And I'm hoping that gets better. It is, the beginning of the game. So it's not like I have any equipment or anything. So maybe.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I played it. I started as what's his name, Ulrich or whatever, the warrior. And yeah, I mean, I don't have the same nostalgia thing that you guys have with the old school games, so I wasn't terribly like, oh man, this looks beautiful. It looks great. It's a very, very sharp and it looks neat. But yeah, it was very like lengthy, the plots and the conversations that they had. It's like, I want to get this going with some action too, not just read all these paragraphs.
And I think what the problem is you have 3 hours of a demo. But they gave you 3 hours of a demo of the full game.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But all of that exposition is eating up my minutes. And I think you feel it. Maybe that's why I'm feeling it so much more. It's not that our story is bad. It's just that there's so much of it.
Yeah.
Like, I get
it's
it.
interesting,
we have to
right?
Introduce
and I think for people who aren't familiar with that kind of game, like you guys are, for me, I don't have experience with Final Fantasy VI or anything, but it does a little disservice to them, because you're not really introducing the real game that's coming out in the next few hours after you get out of the town and find equipment and get your party started.
Right. Like, honestly, I think demo-wise, Final Fantasy VII did a pretty good job with their, like, the demo that they gave you, I don't know if you remember that at all.
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I only played it like
7 started
times.
off like in big action. Like, they kind of turned it around there. You didn't start with, slow intro kind of thing. You went straight into it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is what the battles look like. Look at this Leviathan summon.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is awesome, right?
Okay, yeah.
Look at this boss battle. Check out this awesome music. It's all suspenseful, and you're running around in this reactor. Like, it's...
Well, even the beginning of the actual game, right? It was pretty action-packed, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just, as far as a demo goes, I understand the idea of giving you like the full game demo, which is cool for some things, but I just feel like it's not working as well as I would like it to for Octopath. I'm still going to get it because it looks awesome, and I'm sure that I'm going to like it. I haven't been excited for an RPG in a long time, so it's kind of nice to see something that's actually...
Yeah. That seems like it's for the old school people who are used to those Final Fantasy games, this is like the game to get now.
Yeah. It very much feels that way.
What's the battle, the combat like with her? With him, he had like regular attacks that he could charge up to 4 times to like unleash like a super version of the attack. Was it the same thing?
Yeah,
or is
it's
it like
the same.
Oh.
And then her secondary ability is like dancer stuff, so she can do like a little dancey thing and cause damage, or buff allies, that kind of thing.
Cool.
Yeah, I've been keeping myself in the dark about it because once I do get a Switch, which might be months from now, like I know that's going to be one I buy for sure. But it's these 8 characters. I'm assuming their stories intersect and they become like a party at one point, and like it has that kind of whole dynamic too.
I don't know.
Okay,
I assume so.
Because that's one of the things that if it is, it's throw me back to those 3 storylines in Final Fantasy VI where you split the party lot. Yeah, yeah.
I'm having inappropriate feelings.
It's high noon.
Yes, it is.
I've heard enough. I'm sold on it.
Yeah,
I can get that. Yeah, like it's the whole demo thing is a mixed experience because then they say it transfers over to the full game too if you buy it after.
Yes, your progress.
So so it's like you said, it's all expository. So
yeah,
for sure it's going to be not the same kind of pace.
It makes sense, and it's something that actually didn't occur to me until I was just sitting here talking about it. Like, it's a full game demo, so of course it's going to roll through all of the stuff the way that it normally would. So, yeah.
Is it out yet? Like, are there reviews, or is the embargo still up for it?
I don't think it's even done like pre-release copies yet.
I think it comes out in just under a month. I think it's July 15th or so was the date.
Something like that. July something. Yeah, I don't even think there are review copies out there yet.
Oh, snap. Fair enough.
There might be, but yeah, if there are, it's still under the embargo, because that would be everywhere. If people were able to review it, I'm sure that would have crossed my feed, even through the endless sea of Overwatch videos.
So do you think the actual game is like on people's Switch, like the entire game, when they say like full game demo? Or is it like, we know you probably won't get past this part because there's no way it's physically possible to do that?
All right. So let's take an over-under right now of how many Nintendo systems are going to get bricked from people trying to hack 3 hours so they can play the whole game.
I was going to ask, I wonder if there's a way to to reset that timer.
Brick!
I don't know. I would think that if you wanted to, maybe you could erase your save file, if anything, and maybe it would let you play from the beginning again. Because it says it goes by the time that's in your save file. So I don't know if that's something that it has baked into where it always knows.
Right. What I'm saying is if there's a way for people to edit, because you can definitely edit save files and just kind of reset the timer and keep playing the game. If the whole game's on your system, you can technically
No one would ever do that, right, Ben?
What's that?
No one would ever do that, right?
Oh no, of course not. What the hell is save editing?
That's it's a question. It's not something that I would ever do because, especially with a newer one of Nintendo's systems that connects to the internet, they do not play with that stuff. So I would prefer not to have a Switch-shaped paperweight in my life.
Yeah, very expensive one.
Yes.
I see what you did there.
So.
But you still can't see me.
I would assume it's the full game, though, because I don't see why it wouldn't work that way. They just have some kind of coding in there to where it stops you at your 3-hour mark.
Yeah.
I don't know how big the download was. I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know.
Is it like a candy coating?
It was like 1.8 gigabytes.
Not coding. Coding. Jeez, Josh, get it together.
Sorry, I'm just really hungry.
Yeah, me too. So let's talk about something that's not food. Are we done? No, we're done with mine. Who else has games? Anybody?
Not me.
Played a little bit of Dragon's Age Inquisition.
Oh, what?
Picked that up on a sale here a while ago, and
Hell yeah.
finally started playing a character.
It's not game of the year, but it's a fucking fun game, dude.
Oh yeah, it's been fun so far. I can't knock it as of right now. I mean, the only thing I can knock is the fact that I hit the wrong button at the very beginning, and so to create a character, like whatever their default, like no crazy hair, no whatever, like that's my character.
Dude, I would have re-rolled.
Oh my god, I re-rolled so many times.
Well, after as much time I was trying to click through everything to get there, I was just like, forget about it.
No, see, I can't do that. That would actually keep me up at night. That's the kind of thing that would legitimately lose me sleep.
Well, you also create a character for 7 hours.
Oh no, that's normal though. And you know what's even sad is that I played through about 7 hours of that game, and then I figured out that the female version of the character that you created on your created character became your. Oh, I guess that's a spoiler, so never mind. But
you're fine. You can spoil it.
Okay, so your sister or whatever, or not sister or your other whatever, I forget. Anyway, so you can pick between a male and a female. So there's a female version that you can make, or just leave it as the default. But that plays into the game later. And I found this out, and I'm like, shit, I do not like this. And I re-rolled the character and played it all over again.
In Inquisition?
Because
I thought it only affected romance.
Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I remember re-rolling a good portion of the game, and just because I was like, no, this is. I'm sorry.
Oh, I totally get it.
My sister can't have white skin. That makes no sense, you know.
But I didn't get too far. I mean, I got through a couple little spots where you gotta close the rifts with your hand thing.
Oh yeah. But
outside of that, still in the beginnings of it. So it's going to be one of those if the server's down or something kind of modes.
Mm-hmm. It's fun.
I'll probably be able to do that. But like I said, it'll be kind of a work in progress type of deal.
If the servers are down and I'm not there to look very pitiful while I ask if we can play some Rocket League or Fortnite.
I'm just glad that you guys are playing together again, because I was worried there when Josh just, no, Jen, you can't play with me anymore.
I was worried too.
That was so sad.
You wouldn't let me play.
You kids. Your worries.
You don't like me anymore.
Told you I'd be back.
And I felt all alone and sad.
So lonely.
Oh my god. Let's talk about E3.
Yes.
It sucked hard, guys.
So, who all actually watched any of the press releases?
I think Dan watched all of them, right?
No, I watched Sony's, and that was about it. So I was on vacation for most of it, but I caught a bit of that one.
Yeah, we did. We actually did a party chat for the Sony one.
Yeah, nice. I did see that one. That was fun.
And that's the only...
We saw the Flute Man in action for live.
Yeah,
I liked him.
There was nothing wrong with Flute Guy.
It's just, as soon as I saw the Britney Spears shitty flute rendition, that was it, man. That's all I hear now.
That was just, I remember being like, what is this? And why is it happening? while it was going on. I'm like, Flute Guy has been going on for a while. And I'm not even sure what Flute Guy is introducing. So what is happening?
Oh, right. Yeah, we didn't even know what the game was. It was just like this Japanese scarf that he was wearing and some giant reeds flowing in the wind. And
yeah. And that was that Swords of...
No, that was the
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghosts of, not Swords of.
The sushi game.
Ghosts of Sashimi. Yes. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me look at what it's actually called.
Tsushima.
Yep.
There you go.
Whenever I first saw it, the first thing I thought about was Onimusha. And so I got all excited. And who knows? I mean, I might still be very excited, but
I think it looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't look like it's my kind of game, but it looks very much. I did think of Dan. I was like, this looks like a Dan game to me.
Well, it looks like Ninja Assassin's Creed. Like it's got the stealth. It looks like Tenchu too. But Tenchu makes me think of the other the new From Software game that they announced too. But like it looks like I'm not super hyped about it just yet. I want to see more because like the combat looked fluid and cool, but like it looked kind of simple to a certain extent. But the stealth element I really liked, and the game was definitely pretty. It was very, 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 very nice graphically. So.
Well, I don't know if you guys watched anything else on it. I didn't. I only saw that one segment, but I was reading through the comments when we were watching it, and people were. I thought it was valid. They were saying this all looks nice, but it's not gameplay. It's just cinematic gameplay. It's just like these cutscenes and these really cool actions that he's doing, but it's not physically what is being done with a controller. You know what I mean?
We don't know that.
Yeah, I mean,
they didn't say this is actual gameplay. It was
if you looked at God of War, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between some of that. So, like, we don't know. I don't think we know enough about it to say, but
I don't know.
It looks like a game that people will like. I
think it's hard to like take a controller and make it look completely fluid, like you're walking straight forever, and not jittering and not I mean, I guess you can code it so that it's like a bot controlling the robot and all, but I don't know. It looked great. I do agree. I think the theme, what I took away from this E3 is I'm really sick and tired of seeing cinematic shit. I just want to see the actual gameplay and not get hyped for these things and then realize, 3 weeks later, what we saw isn't actually going to be the game. And, I'm still left with this hype and I just feel, cheated.
Yeah, I think though at this point, we're all grown up enough to realize that apparently this is how it is. So like, don't look at what they're showing you and expect that it's going to actually look like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it would be nice if they would show us gameplay, for God's sake.
Wish it would pass something that they had to, like that you couldn't, get away from showing gameplay.
Showing
like you
actual
had
gameplay.
Yeah, like you absolutely had to. Yeah. I mean, it's good to have cinematic stuff to tell a story if you're trying to tell a story about a game. But, if you're selling a game like that, I think there has to be an aspect where X% of what you're portraying is gameplay. And if it's not, then you have to like come out and say that in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I get where you're coming from, Jen, about the whole, being grown up and all. It's just that's what trailers are for. That's what YouTube's for. That's what all the other people promoting the game are for, but this is E3 where you go to showcase your game, and gamers are there, news outlets are there, critics are there, and it's like, you're right, we are grown-ups, we all know what it is, and we've been jaded, and I mean, like, not jaded, but we've been, fucked over a few times. Yeah, exactly. It's like, you should know that we're not impressed by this stuff anymore. You should know that the vast majority of people who are watching this know that that's probably not going to be what's going to happen, so...
Mm-hmm.
and that's probably why it was such a cringe fest. It's not at times when people were like, "And this is what you're going to see," and crickets.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about cringe, but I think we should try to run through if there's anything that stood out that we were excited about from.
Well, personally, for me, my biggest moment was the Elder Scrolls 6 thing from Bethesda.
They gave that tiny little and
I mean it's. Go ahead. No, that's cool.
I was going to say, they did like the Metroid Prime 4 title screen teaser.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody shat their pants, just like we did for Metroid Prime 4.
You already know we've been working on this game, because why wouldn't we? But here it is.
Right.
Officially the title screen.
Dun, dun, dun. And everybody just like, oh my God. The internet exploded.
I think the thing that I kind of had a moment of, which I wasn't even expecting, was the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Oh,
that actually looked pretty good.
I was so sure it was Cockroach Simulator.
I think I liked yes, Ben and I ran through the entire scenario of what Cockroach Simulator would look like. Because the trailer started off from the perspective of, I think it was a rat.
Yeah, it was a rat. We were close. Vermin simulator. We can go with that.
Yeah. I think I like ours better, Ben.
No, but yeah, Josh, go ahead, man. It was a great trailer, though.
Oh no, yeah, coming from the spot where I loved the original game when it came out. I mean, that was one of my favorite games for PS1. And then whenever the second game came out, like I really wanted to get it, didn't have the money to get it type of deal. No birthdays coming up where I could, big borrow and hope I got it type of deal.
Right.
And a buddy of mine had borrowed it, and he was like, "Oh, come over for a sleepover." And I was like, "All right." And then he went to like cleaning something or doing something, and I was just kind of playing it in the background. And I played it for like 5 hours straight and got almost all the way through it. And then slept for like 2 hours. And then got back up and went through the rest of the game. So like I completed the whole thing in one night, like one go.
Oh,
and storyline was good and everything, so I was all pleased about that. And so it's one of those, like, it's kind of like whenever they finally get done with Final Fantasy VII, and that's going to be out there, like, my nostalgia is going to kick in. I'm going to be like, I want to play it. But, seeing that remake, and as soon as they started to show, like, the stuff on fire in the middle of the city, I was like, oh, that looks like Resident Evil 2. Mm-hmm. I was like, that was one of the
called it out way ahead of us. We were both still on Cockroach Simulator, and you were like, "Oh, this is a Resident Evil game." I know, Josh.
Like, no, I think this is definitely Cockroach Simulator.
I'm pretty sure Chris Redfield was not a roach, but okay.
Yeah,
it looks good, man.
Yeah, so I'm anxious to see kind of what they did, how the advances in game control and things like that are out there. Apparently, there was a playable demo at E3, so there were a lot of people that were playing through.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and the reviews I'm hearing out of it so far is that anybody who played it liked it. So
right on. Because what we saw was just a trailer, right? It wasn't actual gameplay. Yeah.
So, but apparently, like this time around, like you could see yourself kind of roughed up a little bit, but not too much because some of the characters back at that point were still kind of blocky. But this time around, they're talking about like if you're taking damage, like bite damage and things like that, you'll be able to see like the bite marks and things like that on a character until you find the typical first aid spray and things like that you usually heal yourself with in the game. Like you'll see the bite marks, you'll see like the blood that's smeared all over the place and things like that. So it's kind of an interesting little updated twist on it all. So
nice.
Anxious.
Now, do you know if the controls are like modernized, or is it still where you have to like stop moving so you can aim?
Not sure. I think they're probably a bit more modernized.
Right on. Because I know they remade the whole, or remastered the Resident Evil 1 game, and you couldn't control that because, I mean, that was integral to how you played that game. But I don't remember Resident Evil 2 too well. I wasn't sure if it was the same kind of control scheme.
Yeah, I never played the second one. I played the first one. Didn't do too well at it, so it wasn't something that I pursued.
Was Resident Evil 2 the Nemesis, or was that 3? The one where he's chasing you throughout the whole game.
I think that was 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I think 2 was the start of the Nemesis character, but I don't believe that was the. I don't believe that's kind of where it went.
Gotcha. I was just curious.
Well, so let me see. I'm kind of scrolling through a list of all of the things that were announced. I mean,
there's Sekiro, the Shadows Die Twice, that I'm kind of interested in too, like, which makes me sound like a total weeb because I'm talking about the two ninja games. But
well, we all know.
Yeah, well, it's they're saying it's not just another Dark Souls game. So I'm curious to see what they keep. Yeah, seriously. I'm curious to see what they kept and what they changed of it, because Dark Souls, there's a lot that I like, but there's a lot that I dislike about it too. So I want to see more. Aside from that, no, there's not much else I was really hyped about. I think
Which game were you talking about just now, Jen? Sorry.
Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
Oh yeah. What about Neo 2? Were you?
That I want to go through more of the first one to see if I'll jump on it. Like I like it, but there's only so many games that I'll have time for. I'm kind of starting to realize that maybe even if I get them cheap down the line, I just don't get around to finishing some of them. So. I'll see. I'm excited they're making a second because it's a bit of a sleeper hit that a lot of people end up loving it. So it's good that they're making another one. But yeah, that's pretty much the rounds for me.
Yeah, I think one of the big. I don't know if it was announced during E3, but one of the little side announcements, the Final Fantasy 14 Monster Hunter crossover. I think it's that one got me a little bit.
Alpha Clemt.
What'd you say?
Was it Alpha Clemt?
Little bit.
Yeah, there was a little bit of blood rushed into my penis. I'm pretty sure it did for Dan as well.
Excite!
Lady boner, I guess.
Oh gosh, how dare you? Oh man, this is a kid-friendly show.
Oh, for goodness sake. Other than that, though, the thing, there wasn't a whole lot for me that really, grabbed me. Nintendo was all Smash Brothers, which makes sense.
That's a big one, yeah.
Yeah, because that's their next, it's soon, too. It's, huge, and it's soon. And I will admit that it does look very good. They're bringing back the entire roster, and the big announcement there was Ridley.
Mm.
And I didn't have anybody to enthuse about that with.
Oh yeah,
I kind of. Oh, go ahead, Ben.
Oh no, I was just going to say that I'm sure Jen was excited because that's Metroid. So
yeah, I think the worry that I have with Nintendo is we're in the Nintendo cycle right now, which is bring out a new system, bring out a Zelda, bring out a Mario, bring out a Mario Kart of some form, a Mario Party,
yeah,
and then a Smash Brothers, and then.
Next system.
Yeah. I mean, I know they made the announcement of Fortnite on there, so that's a first for them.
Which was downloadable the same day that they announced it, which was pretty ballsy.
Yeah, but then, of course, they had problems with it, so.
Well, I don't think the game itself had problems. The crossover with Sony has problems because Sony is an asshole.
Yeah.
What was the reasoning behind it? Was there a legit thing, or was it all greed?
No, I think Sony's an asshole.
Yeah.
Because it's about money.
It's all about that money.
Make yourself the enemy. You know you're going to do it. Man.
It's all about that money.
Yeah, I think, though, the thing about Nintendo, the Switch that's different, is there are a lot of third-party, big third-party titles that are making their way to the Switch, too. So it's it feels different to me than some of their prior systems where it really was just a Nintendo machine.
Agreed. Yeah, even other games are trying to port to the Switch because it's blowing up, and it's finally a system that it can actually, kind of compete, or at least be on par with a PS4 and Xbox One. So before it was always, a generation behind.
Right. It was its own little microcosm of.
Oh yeah, that's what you meant, Nintendo machine. Yeah.
Yeah. It just didn't. The rules of everything else didn't really apply. It was you had your Nintendo system, and you knew you were either going to get it or you weren't. But then you had, the other two consoles where the serious gamers
yeah
go.
PC
so serial.
So serial. What else? Oh, they did the big Death Stranding trailer.
Oh my god. Walking simulator? Katamari? What's it?
Katamari.
That one. Calamari? Katamari? Whatever.
Just to put that in perspective for everybody, I compared him to Katamari Damacy because every time it showed him, he had more things on his back.
Oh my god, you're totally right.
Different every time.
Well, I mean, we were watching it the whole time, and it's this really cool song, good soundtrack, and the whole 3.5 minutes, it's him walking.
Yes, and it's him walking, and every time it changes the scene, it's him walking with a box on his back.
And then there's a body bag,
and it's him walking with a body.
That's so funny.
And it's him walking with 2 boxes, and more boxes, and then additional boxes, and oh wait, no, he lost some boxes. He must have ran into a wall.
Here's him with the bellboy outfit on, carrying suitcases, and
He kept falling too. He was like falling down a waterfall and falling down a hill or something. It was weird.
So we basically still know nothing about that game.
In the right direction. Yeah.
Falling simulator.
It does look intriguing to me.
Yeah, it's effectively grabbing attention though, and keeping it.
The idea of the invisible monsters that like smell you or something, I don't even know. Like they were covering their mouths. I don't know if it was like the heat. Well, it couldn't be the heat, but like the moisture from their breath or the smell or something. I don't know what it was, but like however they were tracking them with the breathing is like, whoa.
And if they touch you, you age. Like anything that's been touched, it like ages rapidly and dies. Like the flowers were dying.
Yeah.
And the first part, like they were touching a guy's like throat or something, and he aged into an old man. It was weird. And the babies. What the hell is with the babies
what the heck
still?
Is with the babies? I don't. Yeah, it's just
so weird.
I'm intrigued. Like
yeah, exactly.
I don't know what it is, but I am interested in that story. So, anything? Let me see. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that got talked about. I would suggest if you're really interested in all of that, like go look up.
There are plenty of recaps.
Yeah, go look up a recap and just take a look through it. Because I'm not going to go into all of this stuff.
Oh.
You know, they talked about Kingdom Hearts 3 a little bit, and the new Pokemon, and...
Oh my god, I can't wait. I'm going to reserve the most expensive version already. I don't care.
I thought you would have already had it done. The Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee with the Pokeballs, those are up for pre-order on Walmart,
yeah.
or they were.
Ben's on there making it hail with Pokeballs.
Already.
Oh, yeah.
He's got 5 ordered.
I've got... yeah.
No comment.
Mm-hmm.
I was just joking, but
hey, I gave you guys a heads up too. I was like, guys, this is the one. This is another one. So just
Yeah, my friend at work was going to pre-order it for her daughter, and I told her to go ahead and make that happen.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
I tried to get to the mute button.
Oh, bless you, no problem.
Oh, okay,
did you guys hear about I think the Bethesda conference got a little critiqued and all, but I was really pleased with all the stuff that they're coming out with.
I think
and there's one with Starfield.
I thought they were the one that killed it.
Yeah, Bethesda overall, I think I've heard the best feedback about.
Maybe I'm misremembering.
Well, I mean,
I was happy with it, but I thought it got a lot of heat, but I could be wrong.
Comparatively, it sounded like it did better than most of the others. Although I think maybe Xbox did really well too. I didn't watch that one. The only one that I watched the majority of was the EA.
Oh God! I was going to say, we have to be honest though. The best thing that came out of E3 was the cringe compilations.
Oh my God! Yeah. Does anybody have anything else like legitimately game wise that they were either disappointed that they didn't see or wanted like yay moments? Anything before?
No, I did. I did call out that we were going to see Days Gone for the third E3 in a row, and I did see a small little clip of that.
It was in the compilation.
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't actually talk about it, but it was in the little highlight reel. Yeah.
That's weird. And did we ever figure out why Metroid 4 was talked about at all?
According to, I saw an article where they interviewed Reggie, and he said that they're focusing on talking about, rather than tease the fans with games that they know are coming, and if they don't really have updates for them, they're not going to do that. They're just going to focus on the stuff that's coming sooner.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
I
kind of agree. I like that.
Yeah, I like that mentality because as much as if they would have shown some of it, it probably would have just made me want to switch more. But I kind of like that we won't be just constantly teased for 3 or 4 years.
Right.
That's what happened with fucking No Man's Sky, man. Every time it's something new. Oh my God, hype. And then like a week before, it's like, I know there's a lot of hype, but don't get that hyped. Please lower your expectations.
Man, I kind of wish we had all been talking at that point because, yeah, I'm sure that would have been a fun conversation to have too. I got suckered into that game too.
Oh, really?
I did not.
Me neither.
I was happy to hold off and not fall into that trap.
Yeah.
I just remember lots of people that were in there and hyped up about it, and I remember seeing some people stream it, And I was like, oh, okay, this would be a cool opportunity for me to check it out without having to buy it. And then I watched like 10 minutes of streaming and was like,
nope.
I really hope this isn't it.
It's a lot. Really... I still have it because it devalued so quickly that trading it in was kind of like more hassle than it was actually worth. Yeah. I still have it. It is drastically different now. Like they actually, it's the game that it should have been when it came out, which is sad, but it is kind of worth checking out at this point because it's probably $5 and it's not that bad now.
Hey, but Xbox is going to get it soon.
Yeah.
Luckily. Wait, that's a real thing? Like,
that's a real thing.
Wow, that's random.
That was a real announcement that they made a while back. Like, yay, Xbox is going to get No Man's Sky. And
oh my God.
I think
it's like they try for the cricket moments on purpose.
Right, like everybody collectively went, huh.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, but a cool announcement that they made like that is that Xbox is getting Nier Automata.
Oh yeah, it's like a complete edition with the DLC.
Yeah, with the DLC and everything included, and
I didn't realize that was Sony specific. Nice.
Yeah, it was well PC and PS4, but now it's X boners.
We're still gonna go back and finish that.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, you haven't finished it. That's right, man.
No, yeah. Every time I was gonna go play it, everybody was like, "Let's play this, let's play that," and so I was like, "All right, as a group."
I'm still going to do that. I sabotage your single player gaming opportunities at every turn.
Every turn, yes.
Play with me. I'm a terrible person like that.
So terrible.
I know. It's so bad. Anything else before we move on to cringe? Because I want to talk about cringe. Cringe is fun. Anything? No?
Nope.
Okay. So, that EA conference, though.
Those EA hosts were the crux of it all.
It was the best. It was so bad. Like, I only watched it because I got a hold of Pro Jared's recap video where he, like, they were all kind of reviewing the conferences, you know, to say how well did they do, what did they announce, how did it go in general. And he was talking about some of the stuff that happened, and I was like, I've got to go watch it. And I did, and it was a slow day for me that day, but I watched through the EA conference, and I was like, this is so bad. They had some girl who was, I guess, a streamer or something, and she rolls out on stage and she's like, hey, I'm so-and-so, and you might recognize me from the gaming community already. And I was immediately like, no.
Oh God, I hate you. Please leave.
New number.
So-and-so. I'm having a flashback to Teen Girl Squad from Homestar Runner.
So-and-so.
So-and-so. What's her face? The ugly one.
Yes, exactly. I was like, yeah, I don't. And if I ever do, I will immediately turn off your video. Because, wow. But she rolls out on stage and she's all trying to get the crowd pumped up, and it's all these awkward, like, think about the type of people who game routinely and would go to an E3 conference. They're not like... This is not a rock concert. These are people who just want to see your announcements about the game. So she rolls out and she's like, is everybody excited for the World Cup right now? And like, there's this half-hearted...
Oh boy.
Oh man. Yep.
For the audience. Yeah, like, girlfriend, know your audience. What are you doing right now? And she just continued to be awkward through the whole thing. Probably my favorite moment from the entire E3 though was the Star Wars guy that she sat next to in the audience.
Oh God!
What is the name of that game? I don't even remember. But it's set between episodes 3 and 4, I think. And like she sat down next to him in the audience and tried to make this natural conversation, and it was not working because he was super awkward.
Oh, so like a forced natural conversation kind of deal?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
boy.
like supposed to be like this casual, like, oh, I just happened to cross this guy in the audience, and he was all like,
oh no, the thing that got me was when he legitimately stood up and waved like people were expecting to know him, and he waved to nobody, and like nobody at all excited. I'm one of those people
Who's this guy?
That when the cringe happens, it physically hurts me. Like, yes. I love The Office so much, but some of those Michael moments, oh my God. I had to pause and hide under a blanket. And I had those moments with the EAs. It was just
so much. Bad. Oh man. Yeah, that was just in general the best, because she sat down next to him and she had that moment where she looks and she's like, somebody out there is excited about Madden on Xbox or PC or whatever. PC maybe? Madden on PC. Crickets. Crickets in the audience.
Yeah. Nobody.
Like, okay.
I'm sad I missed it now.
You should go back and watch.
And she's trying so hard. She has to pretend like everyone was excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that one guy that she called out, that one guy, and remember, it's like, just leave him alone. What did she say? What was it? Do you remember that part?
Oh, give him a break. He just needs to enjoy the conference. And he's sitting there.
You want to come up and do this with me? And he's like, what?
You want to do this with me? And he just you see him physically
offended,
collapse into himself. Like he's dying in his chair right now. This poor person in the audience.
Oh no. Yeah. I don't want to talk about this anymore. It hurts.
Oh God. But,
hey, you want to come up here and do this? And he's just like the one shaking his head like, no. No, lady.
Meep. What sounds are coming out of Jen right now? I heard neep.
Meep.
Okay. There was a meep.
Oh God.
Oh God, it's so good. I love it. I can't get over that Star Wars one though, because she continued that conversation and asked him when the game was set, and he said it was the dark times, between episodes 3 and 4, and she goes, "Oh, that sounds like a nice time." And he looks at her and he goes, "No, it was the dark times."
It was the dark times. Oh yeah, that's right. And everyone's like a collective. Not even. It wasn't even funny for them.
League, not Fortnite, guys.
Yes. So good. EA's conference though, the whole thing, and then the FIFA announcement was super awkward because nobody gave a shit about that, and they had that stupid kid that won the Madden esports competition. And he starts talking about how he had to choose between going to his own graduation versus the Madden playoffs, the esports playoffs.
Oh my God, and the guy with the Madden belt.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, that was him? Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's him. He was like, yeah, I had to make a choice. It was between going to my graduation or going to the finals. And the guy's like, well, what did you choose to do? And he goes, I chased that money.
Come on, I get that money.
I'm like, at this point, even I am sitting here and I'm enjoying the hell out of all of this awkwardness, and I'm dying inside a little bit, oh, I'm so sorry for these people.
What conference was the one, or what presentation was the one where the guy comes in a freaking mini motorbike and crashes into the podium for no reason, trying to be all...
Oh my gosh.
Was that Bethesda? I don't know.
I don't think it was Bethesda.
Or was it for Rage, maybe? Who knows? It was just
No, it wasn't Rage.
So
it was a motorcycle guy.
He comes riding in this heavy metal rock music starts playing.
It was Ubisoft.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
because
he comes driving in this mini Excite bike kind of thing, the ones that you buy for your kids because the bigger ones are too much for handles, and he just comes riding down the aisle, trying to get high fives from people who want absolutely nothing to do with him, drops the bike, starts running up the stage, trying to do the whole, holding out his hand and people holding out their hands to do like a wave of high fives as he's going up. Nope, nobody really interested. And then he just gets up there and for no reason launches himself on the podium and breaks it.
Well, he did have a reason though.
Oh, he did?
It was part of the bit. He gets up and he says something quote unquote clever about how something crashing, it was part of
I think I may have been under a blanket at that time. That's why.
You may have just seen that clip of it too. The cringe compilations only go up to the point where he actually fell down.
Yeah.
And I had to go back.
It wasn't the full thing.
Because I was like, I need to know if this man did this on purpose, because it looked just awkward enough that I was like, I can't tell if he accidentally fell down and made a fool of himself.
It did look weird
in front of everybody, or if this was supposed to happen. because like that podium exploded in a very suspicious way, and I had to know, and it was part of the bit, so it was bad though.
My face is so red right now because I'm so embarrassed all over again.
It's so funny that affects you that way. Like, I get that because when I was watching them the first time, like, I was physically, like, cringing, literally at my desk going, oh, why is this happening? Oh, why? The nausea. I can't imagine being there.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine being that person on stage? Like, this just happened.
That's why I think that's why it affects me so much. Like, I don't mind being on stage, but it's like seeing people doing things that I would absolutely never do, and then picturing myself doing them, and knowing that I can't go back in time, and like I have to commit to this. I have to commit to like running over this podium because I'm getting paid to do this.
They're paying me to do this. Yeah, I know.
I would at least pretend to be John Cena. That'd be epic.
Like, if nothing else, I would definitely like John Cena reference that I just totally glazed over. I would
just waiting for it.
suggest looking up a cringe compilation from E3 this year because there's some really good.
Agreed. Definitely.
Really
it's worth
good stuff.
It's one of the best ones. Although I have to say, I watched a top 10 of the worst and cringiest moments of E3, like from the past 20 years, or however long it's been out. And man, like 2018 is potatoes compared to some of the bad ones. Like the one last year with Jesse, the blogger guy, when he's presenting on the Need for Speed and just forgets his lines.
I'm going to have to go. I kind of want to look that up.
And the Xbox Connect one, when they released it and were trying to push it so hard with the kid actors, and it was so forced, and the people are literally groaning like, oh my God, this kid's, they don't want to be here. They're about to like burst into tears. They have to pretend to be laughing.
Look how fun this is. And the kids are just like, they have the Patrick Star crying
so
gif going on their YouTube. They love this.
Mommy, look at me.
Mommy, I'm scared. Oh.
Anyway. Josh and Dan are very quiet.
I know.
I think I just regret not seeing more of it.
You should. I'm telling you what. I tried to like keep sharing this stuff, but I know you were on vacation, so it was hard. And
it was hard in more ways than one.
Oh my God!
I was like, it would have been weird if I said it, but Ben, this.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Vacation boner achieved.
Found it.
Just adjust my shorts here. Hang on. No, I only watched the Sony one. I didn't get a chance to watch any of the Xbox. Or not the E3, the EA. Or any of that stuff. So I'm just quietly here twiddling my thumbs.
No, we'll definitely send you some compilations in the chat.
Oh, I'm sure I'll find them.
Yeah, because we'll send them to you in the chat.
But no, I mean, I'll probably just look over them and then find them somewhere later. Like, what's this candy?
Well, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm done now. I've had enough.
Stop yelling at me again.
Oh, boy. It's a shame that only like 2 people, and that's the 2 of us, know what we're talking about when we say that.
Oh, man.
Pretty sure Ben was there.
No,
and Dan.
No, definitely not Dan.
Nope.
Oh, wait, I thought you were talking about E3 stuff. What were you talking about?
Stop lulling at me, Yester.
Oh.
See, Ben doesn't remember. If he was there, he doesn't remember.
Oh, yeah, you guys can't see my smile and my nodding. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, the awkward, I totally remember that.
Goats with goats.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that wraps it up. Unless anybody else has any closing thoughts. E3, giant disappointment.
That's true. I mean, it was all right. They did what they always do, but they love making that cringe stuff.
Yep.
Did it make you guys pre-order anything?
No.
I think it made me cancel a few pre-orders.
No, I mean, Last of Us 2, that looked amazing, but...
Yeah, I did think that was pretty good. So that will probably be something I may buy.
Yeah.
So. I don't know.
Smash.
I don't know.
Yeah, a lot were maybes for me, too.
I think Jen was really affected by the kiss. That's probably why.
I wasn't ready for it because I didn't play the DLC from the first one, so I was like, whoa! Where did this come from?
Jen had a moment of like, what the heck's going on? I was like, didn't you play the other part of the...
What's a lesbian?
No.
No, but I did. Speaking of that, since we're on the topic now and talking about cringe, I did go back and watch a playthrough of it, like all of the cinematics from the DLC, and I said, you know what? I'm really glad that I didn't play this because this is like teenage romance, the game expansion. Like, ew. Let's have a super soaker battle in the abandoned building over here. Like, God, it's so cheesy. Ugh.
Jen was really actually just upset because they have a whole spot where they're roaming around reading dad jokes. That's what it was. You don't have to lie.
Oh my God, I didn't. That's true. Like when I remember I was in the party when you played it and you were reading them off to me. I didn't realize how that scene actually played out, and I was a little bit nauseous.
No matter how far you push the envelope, it's still stationary.
Oh
God, that's amazing.
I felt the same way, Ben. I felt the same way. Tear to my eye.
Yeah. It's not the jokes. I can handle the jokes, even if I have to groan a little bit. But I can handle the jokes.
By the way,
just no.
It's very fitting. Playing Fortnite while we're recording. What's red and bad for your teeth?
What is that? What's that? What? I missed it. What was it?
Say it again, Josh.
What's red and bad for your teeth?
What's that?
A brick.
Oh.
It's okay.
And on that note,
yes,
we will see you next time.
Take it easy.
Later.
Is the Sony guy back around here?
Oh my God. Now presenting
here we go.
for the entertainment of His Royal Majesty and the court.
For thou listening pleasure.
Thou mayest not see him.
God, I just listening to this and laughing enough right now. I know that I've missed a lot more than I.
Oh God! Yeah, you did.
It was so good. So stupid.